Vital signs critical.
Hey, what's up, agents? How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are hanging in there, being as safe as you guys need to be. I have a video that I've been thinking about doing for a while. I was waiting for the right day and time to do it, and it is now March 15th, 2024. So it has been 5 years today since the division launched. And coincidentally, there's been so many changes in this game, but I have a build that's based around day one builds, just the good old Astro and the assault turret, striker drone. But I have a variation that I actually have not shown you guys yet. I've codenamed it the BIONIC Commando build for quite a while. And it is, when I don't know what else to go with, this is the build that I choose. And, well, let's get in here and check out this build, and you guys can see, and let me know what you guys think. If you guys find this entertaining, you learn anything new, smashing that like button would be greatly appreciated. Hopefully by the end of this, I will have earned your guys subscriptions. Best thing you can do to help my channel is to share this video. And anything that you guys want to see coming up in the future, please leave a comment down below. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. These loading times certainly don't seem like they've gotten any better. Alright, so before looking into the actual gear, I want to quickly note the core attributes. You guys notice that we're all over the place here. We're running with 3 reds, 1 blue, 4 utility, 4 yellows. You'll notice that we have 5 red minor attributes, 5 yellow minor attributes. So you're kind of like, what's going on there? Well, this is the closest to a true hybrid build that I've had. And essentially what we're doing is we're trying to maximize the amount of damage that we can do with both our skills without compromising our weapon damage versus some of the higher end builds we got. Now, of course, there's going to be trade-offs because it is a hybrid build. But here's the most interesting thing to note. If we go down here, actually, let's go down here. Check out our skills. You guys notice, we have the capacitor in our hands. We don't have the card. We're at skill tier 6. So this is achieved through 2 methods. One, using technician. So the technician gets us that +1 skill tier from amped. In addition, since we're running the ninja bike, and we're running the Brazo de Arquebus, that means that 2-piece gives us that +1 skill tier. So while we are only running 4 yellows, we are constantly at skill tier 6. Now the gist of this is a standard sort of Astrone build. Our turret and our drone theoretically will be doing the majority of the damage. But it turns out, and we'll go over the stats in a second, it comes out to be about a 40-60 split. Alright, agents, so the breakdown of this build. We're going to be using the Technician Specialization for the amped +1 skill tier. That'll give us the Faraday field when we are near our turret. We're going to get dismantling. We're going to get overclock CPU for 10% more damage. We'll have access to the Link laser pointer. We're going to use that on our mop. And then you can also, you do have access to the Artificer Hive, which we're not going to be using. All right, moving on. We're just going to go down the list here. Let's talk about our weapons. Our primary weapon is going to be our capacitor. We'll show you stats on that for a second, but check it out. 153.6k damage per bullet. This is at skill tier 6. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering how that's happening, and we'll go over that. Now, keep in mind that also, that number does not take into account the bonus damage we're going to get from running glass cannon as well. So we are putting out a ton of damage per bullet right there with the capacitor. And of course, with this, we're going to get the additional weapon damage from our 4 skill tier. So we're going to be netting ourselves 30% additional weapon damage just using this weapon. And we're going to be netting ourselves up to 60% additional skill damage from the capacitance stacks. Now, we start taking some damage. We want to heal ourselves. We're going to whip out the mop. This has that 10% armor on kill. We got in sync on it, so this can keep up about a 60% damage bonus. Sorry, 30% weapon damage bonus for our weapons and our skills. Not as potent as using the capacitor, but since you get that armor on kill, deeply beneficial. Also, you guys will note that we can put the link laser pointer on here. So I can use the mop at the beginning of an engagement to go ahead and pulse all the enemies to be able to keep track of them. And our offhand, we got an officer's M1A with in sync. I said M1A, M9A1, sorry. The officer's M9A1 with in sync on it. All right, for the exotic, we're going to be running the Ninja Bike. So the resourceful will get us an additional brand or gear set bonus. You guys will also notice we are going to be running 6% crit hit chance on all 3 mod slots. So we got the Ninja Bike on the backpack. All right, agents, now to quickly go over the different brand sets. We are going to be running 2 pieces of Empress International. This is the only 2 piece we're going to run. So that will net us a 3-piece bonus, plus 10% skill health, plus 10% skill damage, and the big one, that plus 10% skill efficiency. So that will give us some skill damage, some status effects, skill haste, skill duration, even gives us 10% repair skill. All right, so we get that bonus going. Now the big one, and where all of our survivability comes from, we're running glass cannon, but we're running a Bellstone armory piece. So this one rolled with skill damage and critical hit damage on it. So I was able to roll what would normally be armor core into that weapon damage. We also have crit hit chance mod and glass cannon on it. So this is going to amplify all the damage we do by 25% at the cost of us taking 50% more damage. However, this brand set will get us that 1% armor regen per second. You guys notice we're sitting at over 1 million armor. So that is going to be 10,000 armor per second we're getting back right there. Plus, we have a natural 10% armor on kill right here. So no matter what gets the kill, us, the drone, the turret, we're going to get that 10% armor on kill there. And then when we combine that with the mop, that will get us up to 20% armor on kill. So that can be a great way to get your armor back if you're in a tough spot. For the holster, we're going to be using the name Picaro's holster. This is Brazo de Arquebus, so it gets us the 10% skill haste and that +1 skill tier. Because this rolled natively with the 10% skill damage on it, I was able to roll that armor core into the skill tier. The big reason why we want to go with the Picaros, of course, is because it does have that plus 15% weapon damage in the minor attribute slot. So this allows us to get the skill tier and the maximum weapon damage as if we had a true weapon core. One of the most important pieces right here. And lastly, and this is what you would swap out. Depending on what weapon you wanted to use, you could swap this out for whatever sort of brand set. We're going to go with Fenris because the capacitor is the main weapon. It's an assault rifle. So we got the Fenris knee pads. That gives us 10% assault rifle damage and that 30% reload speed. That is wonderful. So again, crit hit chance there, skill damage. So to quickly go over our attributes. On the Ninja Bike, it's just the 3 core attributes. We don't have anything, but we have the crit hit chance mod. On the mask, skill damage, crit hit chance mod. Chest piece, skill damage, crit hit chance mod. Gloves, skill damage, crit hit chance. Knees, we got the crit hit chance, skill damage. And on the holster, skill damage and weapon damage. So, before we get into the skills real quick, I want to go to the stats screen just to show you guys. So you can see with our capacitor in hand, We're looking at 153 weapon damage. But this is the big one, guys. 50% crit hit chance, 99% crit hit damage. So this is where that 153, half the time, we're doubling that damage, right? So half the bullets we're hitting for just over 300,000 damage. That's when we're not hitting the headshots, which kick that up another 75%. Also notice we have the 12% damage to armor, as that comes intrinsically upon the capacitor. One thing to note, it has come to my attention that it is possible to get a capacitor where the minor attribute is actually damage to targets out of cover. If I'm able to get that, even though I've kicked this up to expertise level 15, I would go ahead and reinvest in that simply because it will do more damage overall. However, this is great because when we're fighting with the War Dogs or with Juggernauts, they don't have armor, so that damage to health is always active. So this is a legit weapon here, but if I were to get one with damage to targets out of cover, if you guys have that, hold on to that. That's the way to go. All right, so now we're going to go down and check it out. Let's look at our Striker drone. So our Striker drone only has a 19.2 second cooldown. The damage we put out is over 77k. And well, you guys can see it right there. We are at expertise level 21, but this thing is putting out a solid amount of damage, especially when you consider how much weapon damage we're putting out at the same time. Now, we got the assault turret. It's also doing incredibly well. At 124,000 base damage, this thing is really doing some solid damage. And remember, guys, with both of these two, these are quickly going to be amped up either A, by quickly using in sync on either of our two weapons here, or more specifically using the capacitor to wrap up that capacitance up to that 60% additional skill damage. And then on top of that, we're going to be rocking with glass cannon here. So this build puts out a lot of damage. This is a solid build. When I don't know exactly what I'm going to be getting into, this is the build that I would choose above all others to make sure that I can be dropped into a combat zone and feel like I am capable to hit the ground running right out the gate. So let's see, just to quickly run down the screen again, just to share with you guys. So 153k per bullet, 50% crit hit chance, 99% crit hit damage, 75% headshot damage, 12% armor damage, 10% health damage, 50% reload speed. We got these little bonuses here. Let's see. So our all weapon damage, 130% all weapon damage bonus. I can't even hit that much all weapon damage on my full DPS characters. It's only through the use of the capacitor and some of these other finicky techniques that I was able to hit that. It blows my mind that on a skill tier 6, we can see that huge number there. Then on top of that, you're looking at that 40% assault rifle damage. That's huge. You add those two, that's 170% weapon damage bonus that we're getting in this build. Talents, we got our resourceful, we got our glass cannon. See our different brand sets we're running there. And then real quick to touch on the armor. So we're running just over 1 million armor. We get over 100,000 armor per kill, and we get over 10,000 armor regen just statically happening all the time in the background. Our resistances, of course, you guys, we're super squishy. The point of this is literally the best defense is a strong offense build. Yeah, Agent, so I know that there's not going to seem like there's anything truly impressive there. The great thing about this build is anybody can put this build together. The trickiest part for me was getting the proper chest piece. I got lucky with the Bellstone Armory with the two reds, with the skill damage and the critical hit damage on it already, and glass cannon, so I can roll it. But you can swap these. Nothing. The only thing that has to be in any one particular spot is the Ninja Bike and the Picaro's holster. So the other 4 slots, it doesn't matter what goes where as long as you have the right spots. So this is actually pretty easy to gear for. Capacitor, you just go to the summit, complete 5 challenges, bam, you got that. It's super easy build and super effective. On that note, I'm going to turn off the Pistolero directive so that you guys can see we're still going to run with 2 directives active. but I'm going to go find something to do. So any of you guys that want to stick around, that's the end of the build video. Now I just want to show you guys how effective it is. So again, if you guys learned anything new, found this entertaining, smashing that like button would be greatly appreciated. Hopefully by now I have earned your guys' subscriptions. Best thing you can do to help my channel is to share this video. And yeah, anything that you guys want to see coming up in the future, leave a comment down below. All right, you agents, be as safe as you need to be, and we will catch you in the dark zone. All right. One quick note I will say before we go off and run these missions. There's still so many of the little problems with the game from exactly 5 years ago that are still in it, from out of bounds zones to proper pieces of cover that you can't take cover behind, to not being able to walk off certain stairs because of reasons, to just a myriad of different things. So I still love this game, not hating, but it's funny to think it's 5 years in and there's so many things they have to know about that they never even addressed. But anyway, let's go have some fun with this build, and thank you so much for checking this out, agents. All right.
Network detected.
Check any terminals or laptops you find. The more intel we collect on Black Tusk, the better we'll be able to counter them.
Asymmetric encryption protocol detected. Installing backdoor.
I hope this encryption is to protect something juicy. terminal.
Scope integrity!
Humanity has been observing the planets for millennia, but we are only now beginning to uncover some of their secrets. Earth, the third rock from the sun, our home, not the center of our universe, but so far it is the only planet where life as we know it. In the vast reaches of space, it's irrational to believe that our holy place creating and sustaining life. We know that Mars has vast oceans that found on Earth only be created in supernova. While no other planet sustains life, it's possible that the building blocks that allowed organisms to evolve from single-cell amoebas to complex living beings like you and me started as nothing more than the ash of a dying star light years away. Water, as evidenced by these images. At one point, more than 3.8 billion years ago, one-third of the Martian surface could have been covered by ocean. Martian more recent water flows as well, ranging from gullies and dry river systems to what appear to be ancient lake beds. There are also minerals present on the surface of Mars that could only have been formed in a liquid water environment. Today, water can be found on Mars largely at the Martian North Pole, although small quantities exist as water vapor in the thin Martian atmosphere, or as brine in the Martian soil.
Network signal detected.
Sounds promising.
Not cool.
Data corrupt.
Damn it. Guess we keep looking. Secure the final hall. Maybe you'll find a terminal there. Finish mopping up these assholes and let's see what we can find.
System disrupted. System back online. Vital signs critical. System curtailed. From here. System restored.
Probably bricked, but check out the server just to be sure.
Cancelled. Attack data 0.7%.
I'll send the data you were able to recover to our tech guys just in case. The museum is secure. Well done. Here's hoping we get some value from the data you transmitted.